What's going on, guys? So today I'm gonna do something that's kind of absurd. It's gonna be, I'm gonna vlog on my Moza Air gimbal, my Canon 5D Mark IV with the 16 to 35 millimeter f4 IS lens, and see if I can actually vlog myself, because having a gimbal is essential, amazing tool to have when you're shooting B-roll, shooting other people, and things like that. But I wanna know is it possible to vlog with this setup? Because, you know, maybe you don't want to record everybody else, you just want to record yourself, or maybe you're going in between B-roll and your shots of you talking and you don't want to like break down the gimbal. Well, what are you going to do with the gimbal if you're walking and talking, right? So let's go test this out and see if it is possible. All the shots from here on out are gonna be on the gimbal. This is kind of weird, kind of heavy, and I don't know if it's even looks good, but it is super smooth. Let's see the type of shots I can achieve using this right now. I actually thought this would be a lot harder to actually vlog with this gimbal. It's a little bit tricky because you have to use the thumbstick to, you know, maneuver the gimbal around and try to get yourself in the middle of the frame. Like I can't tell right now if I'm in the middle of the frame, but I do like the video. It's kind of heavy. Like I feel the weight in my arm. Like I don't know if I have to record something all day with this. It might be kind of tiresome. But if you do want the smooth footage, I think this is definitely gonna be, or definitely gonna look amazing and like super smooth, no shake. So yeah, I'm getting kind of excited. I want to see how far out I can actually hold it, which is, this is full arms length out. It's very uncomfortable. I don't know if I would want to do that for much longer than I just recently did that, but yeah. Oh, and I'm zoomed in, so you probably can't see anything. As you can see, I was zoomed all the way in on the gimbal, and probably that shot's not usable. Just playing around with the gimbal, and I've noticed that using the 5D Mark IV and the 16 to 35 millimeter lens, this gimbal's at like max capacity with weight. I don't know if I'm doing something wrong. I'm not super experienced in the gimbal world, so I could be doing something wrong and it could actually be able to hold a lot more weight. In my experience, the gimbal did, I guess, collapse. And, you know, I was kind of flashlighting it, which is like holding the stick like kind of out straight, which, I mean, in normal circumstances, that's not really going to be a typical thing. But if you carry it kind of like a torch, like you're holding it up like you normally would be doing, I've had no issues with it when I've just been holding it normally. I have had issues with me holding it kind of crazy. One thing I have noticed after using this for a little bit, if you're trying to get, you know, super like some B-roll, maybe say you're trying to shoot at 60 frames a second, 120 frames a second, and you're going back to say 24 frames a second, it is kind of confusing and it is kind of a pain in the butt because the gimbal isn't really, you don't really have a lot of control. So like, it's not very accessible, the buttons, and it gets in like really weird places. So that's definitely something to watch out for. I did end up shooting a clip in 60 frames a second, which I don't really want to shoot. I want to shoot everything in 24. And then all my B-roll I want to shoot in 60 so that I can slow it down, or maybe I just speed ramp it and get something kind of neat. This gimbal is getting kind of heavy, and I've only been really using it for 20 minutes, maybe carrying it for 20 minutes, but holding it out is kind of an arm workout. But if you do grab it onto it with two hands, which makes you kind of look like a weirdo, then it's more, you can hold on to it for a little bit longer. It is starting to snow, as you can see. So I'm gonna head home and see what kind of footage I got. This gimbal always seems to look a little bit off center, like it's a little bit slanted. I don't know if that's just my poor ability to set up a gimbal or if it's actually slightly slanted. But nonetheless, the temperature is dropping and I'm freezing right now. My ears are probably super red, same with my cheeks. Let's go back to home and see some of this footage. I wanted to try to vlog in my car and see the type of stuff I can get actually just sitting in the car, and it actually seems like you could selfie vlog in the car, as long as you don't have the tripod feet attached to the gimbal, because then it gives you like too much reach and it just maybe seems kind of odd. I'm actually having my elbow on my armrest right now to kind of brace the gimbal and the weight of the camera, because it is fairly heavy. But nonetheless, let's head home. I just got home. I'm still vlogging with the Moza Air gimbal. It's actually sitting on the tripod feet right now. I don't know if my head's in the frame or not. That's why I'm crouching down like this. Hopefully it is. Is it on the widest? Nope, it's not on the widest. There we go. And now it's on the widest. But yeah, I personally think it's an amazing setup. If you can muscle it, then I think it's pretty good. It's not necessary if you're just walking around with a gimbal, you know, a huge SLR camera, a mic on top. People are gonna be like, what? It's definitely not inconspicuous. If you are doing this kind of setup, don't go into like a restaurant or something. You'll be that guy, and that's kind of ignorant in my opinion personally. Like, break it down. Don't bring a huge gimbal in. If you are, just bring your camera. Realistically, you don't want to be that guy or girl. If you're out on the street, say walking around your city, or you're going on a hike and you want that super smooth, beautiful, fluid shots, then yes, I would definitely recommend you take a gimbal with you. It is kind of strenuous on your arm, and I could see your elbow hurting after like a full day of shooting. But if you want to get that super cinematic, smooth shots, then yeah, you're gonna kind of need it. You could do without it. You don't need to have it. It is kind of big per se, but I definitely would like to see what's headed in the future, because these gimbals are just getting smaller and smaller. I remember a couple years ago, there's like the huge, massive gimbals that it's kind of absurdly big that you didn't really want to bring with you, and now it's super small, like it's handheld, one hand, you know, holding a 5D Mark IV. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like, comment, and subscribe. It does help. And until the next video, peace.